Hey everybody, it's Sonjdradeluxe and today we're doing this look using the new Anastasia Riviera Palette. We're going to also look at her highlights, which are blinding. So if you want to see how to get the look, then please stay tuned. So Anastasia came out with the Riviera palette. Has a lot of crazy colors in it. Comes with a little brush, and we're gonna jump into these crazy colors. I already tested this out because I knew I wanted to do more of the exciting colors because I'm pretty sure we could work our way around some browns. So I'm gonna go into the colors that freaked me out the most. So the pink and purple. We're gonna do a little look. I'm going to get into these new highlighters. They're loose highlighters. They're very pigmented. I've kind of swatched them on my hands, but let's get into it. She already swatched Sales. This is Yacht. Whoa, that was not Yacht. That was the white one. I accidentally. Anyways. Oh, yo, this is going bad, you guys. Anyways, there's Yacht. Seashells. Palermo. Seaside. Mediterranean. Estate. Cabana. Coastline. Bahamas. Monte Carlo. Cannes. And Palm. Right on my, almost on my palm. So those are the swatchies. So I'm gonna jump into those colors. Now we did our little sweetie swatches, and my eyelid, as you can see, is a little bit stained because I used this yesterday. I find any like super hot pink, no matter the brand, I've always find that it stains my skin. I think because it's such an intense true color. So I think for this one, I'm going to use the NARS Tinted Smudge Proof eyeshadow base. And I'm using the shade Light because I still want the colors to be very true. I could use white, but I like to have something with a little bit of skin color in it because I know it's going to mix in with my foundation anyways. So I'm just applying it with a brush right on my skin, and then I'm going to give it a nice little finger blend to blend it out. So I did like a test run of this look yesterday and I thought it was really cool, so I'm just gonna recreate it. I wanted to do like a test run of this look yesterday because I just haven't been feeling the most inspired with makeup. Sometimes I just do a little makeup therapy and play with some new products, and sometimes it's a hot mess, sometimes it's a hot yes. So I came up with this really bright look, so I think that's probably why my eyes were red too, because I didn't even have foundation on my eyes when I first did it. So I think a base will definitely help with the staining. So now that our primer is kind of even on there, I'm just gonna jump in and use the shade Coastline right here, and I'm gonna do that just above my crease, so not quite in my crease but a little bit higher above because I want that pink to be mad bright. And this is the Morphe M502, and I'm just gonna dust that all the way up. I do feel like they fall out a little bit, but the most pigmented shadows do because they're not pressed as long. When an eyeshadow is too pressed, it doesn't have as much pigment. If you really want that crazy pigment, you gotta like give it some room to breathe. And that's why loose pigments are like really intense. And this is kind of like our transition shade. Usually when I do my crease, I let it sink in, but this one I'm kind of going almost on my brow bone because it's gonna be very stretched out. Next, Bahamas, this fellow right here. Making sure I don't have too much on there. And this one I'm gonna go right into the crease. It's okay if it gets on your eyelid a little bit. And this is a smaller brush. For me personally, I always feel like everyone else can make their stuff look really bright and I always end up really blown out, maybe because I overblend. But I find that because I overblend, I need to layer a lot. So I'm just kind of putting in my shape for now, and I'm gonna wing it out because it wouldn't be my tutorial if I didn't wing it out. I'm kind of tilting my head back so I can see my lid space, and I'm gonna drag it in just above that space. So I'm not really going in the areas that it sinks in, going right above it. And we'll wing it out. If you need to blend it, you could go back into the transition shade here and just fluff on the outer part of it and it'll go mad smooth. But the peach color Coastline is almost like a shade in between my skin color and the pink, so that's why it's a great transition. And I like to layer back and forth here. So now that we've got the top part done, I'm gonna go in with the same brush, the Morphe E17 or whatever dense synthetic brush you like, and this is going to be kind of a transition shade for us on the bottom. It is falling out a little bit, but nothing a little brush away can't fix. This is why a lot of people do their foundation last, but my skin color on my face is so much whiter than my body, so I need that under base. Now we're gonna use Cannes, the purple, and a flat shader brush. This is the MAC 239, and I'm gonna go right on the outer half of my eye here. I found yesterday, we'll see if it does, when the purple and the pink kind of mixed, they created like a dark line. I guess the brightness in the purple kind of helped to cut the crease a little bit, which is fine. We want that separation. And I'm just gonna connect it into that crease color we did a second ago and drag it almost all the way across. Another thing I found too is that some of these colors don't really mix well together. It could be me, it could be the base, I'm not sure, but I don't really care because you can just tap it on, hope for the best. Then you can take that pinky shade and just blend it on the purple as our new transition shade for the purple color. You see how it kind of flicks some of it off? We want to make sure we're tapping more of that bright purple on there to keep it still visible. And I usually give less on this side. And then going into our hot pink Bahamas right here and go over top. So that I'm going to connect a tiny bit of the purple on the lower lash line. See how it's making that line there where it mates with the pink? You don't really blend. Okay, and I'm going to drag whatever's left over my brush onto this empty space, but just the lightest amount. I don't mind that I have a bit of a dirty brush here because I want it to be purpley. I'm going to go into the white color Sails and we are going to cut up the crease. And it's okay if it's not 100% perfect because we're going to blend out the edges. It's going to look a little bit purple once we get it nice and layered. And I'll keep adding more of the white color on there. I'm going to flip it to the other side and go into the purple. And I'm going to blend it over top of the middle. So it kind of blends in with the purple. Reserving that other side for that white color. Same thing on the other side. Cutting out the crease. A little halfway. And then going in on the other side with the purple to blend it in. Blurring out the edges. I'm just bringing it up just above my eyelid so it's more of a crease cut. Putting the purple and the white kind of together so that they mix into a nice little lavender shade. Now I want to try and blend it a little bit if I can. So I'm going to go back in with Bahamas and just to kind of electrify the outer color. And it will get on the lid, which is fine because we've already kind of pressed in the shape. But I just want this to be as bright as possible. And I'm going to blend it up underneath the bridge of my nose. Blending it out underneath a little bit. I'll take a little bit of the white and I'll just go right in the inner corners of my eyes here. But it's blending in with the pinks and all the other things we did ahead of time. So I'm going to do my skin, but I'm going to take a little bit of the Glossier birthdaybalm.com because my lips are ashy before I do my lipstick. I'll put that on first. I'm going to take my brush and just dust away any of the little fallout accidents. I'm going to take my concealer, Huda Beauty in Granola. This is much too light, but that's okay. We're doing the most small-ish amount. Okay, and I'm gonna give it a nice little blend. I did it quite a bit below the eyeshadow because I don't want to really take away too much of it. Not to take away all the work we just did with the eyeshadows. Usually when I do really bright eyeshadows, I always feel like you need a little extra loving underneath your eyes because when you're having really intense eye makeup, it tends to show everything underneath. So if you have a little bit of dark circles or bags, they are magnified. So it's good to go a little more aggressive with some concealer and to really take care of the skin. And that doesn't mean fully snatched, full coverage skin, just perfected skin in the way you see fit. And I like to bring it up really high on my cheekbones so it just like snatches your whole face. Cool, and we can just take our little blendy brush and soften those edges a bit so it's not looking like I just put concealer under there. I'm gonna do a quick bronzing with the regular stuff. Dark Deep Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC. It's gonna sculpt right underneath my cheekbones from the top of my ear to where my lips meet almost. I always go a little higher just to give some warmth. Go around the jawline. Other side, letting it hug right underneath my cheekbones and the forehead. MAC Next to Nothing powder and MAC 227 brush, and we will snatch up the nose just like that, blending from where we did the pink down to the tip. Blend it out, and then let's get into some fun stuff. Test out the new loose highlighters. So I'll give you little swatches of each. Okay, so these are the swatches of the new highlighters. I did one on tattoo and one without so you could see the coverage on it. I just mixed up which lid is which by accident. This is what they look like. Super cute. I am always afraid of loose highlighter. Back to what I said before, when things are pressed, they are less pigmented and loose is very pigmented. So I think this is gonna be quite blinding. I think I'm gonna go in with the darker one first just to see what it looks like. I think I'll skip the lightest one for today because we already did a swatch. Wish me luck. Hopefully it's not too much. And let's see here. Oh yeah, it's very pigmented. That's really nice. A little chunky probably because of the way I put it on my brush, but it's a very glittery type of highlight, but very wet. Holy crap, this is very intense. I don't think I could even handle any more highlight on this face. Wow. But we'll probably do it anyways, just see what it looks like. Cause I'm a crazy person. I'm just gonna use the very tip of this same brush I did my bronzer and everything with. I'm gonna go right on the very highest points because let's be extra and try both. Center nose, top lip. This is a lot. It's cool with a hella matte face. I like these. They're very intense. I would probably use a different brush next time. I think these are really beautiful and you can mix them with things. Like I bet you this would be really dope mixed with some lotion to use on your body in the summer. And oh, it looks like they're highlighters that already exist. Loose versions. So Hollywood's a very popular one. Snowflake and Sweet Aura. Sweet Aura. Okay, let's move on to mascaras. I'm gonna use the Mcgrath Lab Fetish Eyes Mascara. Do a nice little generous coat on the top and bottom. Lighter coat on the top, generous on the bottom. I'm gonna use these Lily lashes in Hollywood because I used them yesterday and they were kind of cute. I just put some little glue on there. I'll wiggle them down, just give them a little pinch. These are mad extra, but that's okay. So is this lip. Oh, mama lover. I got some on my eyelid. And I always give them a pinch to bond my lashes and the false lashes together so you can't see that separation. I'm going to do a little bit of the mascara in the inner corners just to help the lashes blend. Now I'm going to do some lippies. Trendsetter by Huda Beauty Liquid Matte and Crush. I'm going to start with Crush. I just thought a nice nude would look good with this look. And I chose a peachy color to kind of go with the eyes. And I'm going to take a little bit of Trendsetter, which is a little darker, warm color. Go on the outer parts. And let's overdraw it. Why not? And now that it's dried a little bit, I'm going to do some more Crush in the center. Cool, I'm gonna go take off this headband and I'll be right back. So that completes the look. This is the final thing we got going on. Let me know what video you want to see next. I'm thinking about doing the Morphe bronze collection. Let me know, bronze goals. We tried something new today and I hope you enjoyed. This palette's cute, very bright. There's some nice neutrals in there, but I thought I'd dive into the funky extra color. So thank you guys so much for watching and don't forget to share, subscribe, follow, love yourself, stay pretty, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. Take care.